Sometimes we must research, investigate, and educate ourselves in order to understand the true definition of certain words, like the terms capitalism and socialism and government immediately come to mind, but there are virtually countless other terms. But yeah, basically, to use an analogy, it's like we're all in Babylon speaking different languages. We can't effectively communicate unless we establish the definition of the words. It's critical to our growth as individuals and as a society. To be or not to be righteous is really a very simple question. It is good to be a righteous person. It is bad to be a self-righteous person. Boy, I've learned that the hard way. When I was a young man in my 20s especially. But I've had a hard time learning this. Just turning it over, man. Just glorifying God for anything good in you and don't pat yourself on your own back. It's the ugliest quality I have ever displayed in my life is being self-righteous. Being righteous is wonderful. But being self-righteous is about as ugly as it gets. So if you got a problem with that, please work on it, my friends. Here's another poem. She delights my very essence. The mere thought of being in the presence of her sweet female aura delights my soul. Her sweet voice is music to my spirit. My adoring eyes bathe in her loveliness. Her demure, strong, exquisite beauty shines like the sun, and I become divinely entranced. I cannot resist her charms, nor is there any reason on God's green earth to resist them. My intentions are pure, they are good, they are of God. No man can say I am wrong. No man can say I am bad. For what? For my deep desire to hold her close, to ensconce her securely in my loving arms? Nonsense. She is perfect for me in every way I can imagine. There exists no power in heaven or on earth which could stop me from proclaiming my love from her, or the burning desire I have to win her hand. To an enormous extent, to an unimaginable nearly extent, she could make my life complete. Not only could I rest in peace, but I could live in peace and perpetual joy, finally becoming that puppy dog among men I've longed to be. So yes, I gladly and proudly exclaim my loving desire for her before the entire world and even the universe. Certainly adoring her is not only okay, but it is good, very good. Loving her is an extension of loving God. Positively, without equivocation, her hand is the single greatest gift God could ever bless me with, for she delights my very essence. There's an idea for a bumper sticker here. Devout egalitarian on board. We've all seen those baby on board, right? Yeah, if there's one thing I'm happy about, it's just to know every person I meet in my whole life, because of my decision to believe in equality, to be an egalitarian. I know I'm nobody's enemy. I know that. At least I know that much. That it isn't me that's keeping you bound and chained, and I would never. It's not who I am. It's not who I choose to be. And I just thank God for putting that in my heart, to be that person. I recommend you be that person too. You're not going to lose your individuality by being idealistic. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's the greatest gift, I'll tell you. Just cherish that gift. If you are an idealist and you believe in sharing the bounty that God has given us, understanding that this planet belongs to all of us, that the only rightful paradigm wants for all of us is that we share in the bounty. And our paradigm is one that we're born rich, and it has nothing to do with money, but what God has freely given us. And we should want to give that freely to others. All those same things we want for ourselves and our loved ones and our families, that we want for you, strangers, everybody. That's a beautiful thing. I love it. That's the greatest thing about my character and personality that gets me through, that helps me to cope and contend and face every person because I know my hands are clean. My heart is pure. I want the best for you. I want you to have all the things I want. You want a beloved? Believe me, brother, sister, I want a beloved. You know who I want. God knows who I want. I'm pretty confident she knows who I'm after. And hey, all I'm saying is just one little old date. I'll bring a chaperone. I don't care. If you're scared, I understand. But as much as we all typically hate spiders, who hasn't felt reticent about killing some of them, especially the babies? You know, daddy long legs and jumping spiders. Having a jumping spider around can prevent bed bugs because they are predators of bed bugs. So I've never had bed bugs in my life. It's an organic pest control method, right? But certain spiders are really creepy and you don't want them around. But still, they're hard to kill. And and to a certain degree, we feel compunction if we do kill them. And like humans, some spiders are good, but some will kill you. So that's kind of my thoughts on spiders. Though selfishness gets a bad rap when it is realized in its truest form, it is entirely selfless. Since we all selfishly desire true happiness for ourselves, we ultimately discover that beholding selflessness is key to true happiness. We cannot evade reality. We are made in God's image and likeness. Therefore, we are God's children and godlike creatures. As such, we too are selfish. God, in his infinite wisdom, created a counterpart to bring him happiness. That counterpart was feminine, female. God, knowing that selflessness was key to his own personal happiness, made the female more than equal, so she has greater power because that makes God happy. Natural, observable, empirical laws dictate and reveal this truth, this fact. The female of the species has the literal power to extinct the species. Now that's God-given power. Even the high IQ individual whom created the game of chess understood natural law. Notice how the queen can move with far more agility and freedom than the king. Yep, she's got more power in the game of chess. As we grow as human beings, we think about certain things we hadn't thought about when we were younger. For me, I figured out that I really don't mind dying a poor man, but I loathe the notion of dying a single man. Boy, there couldn't be a truer statement. Here's another poem. We knew each other forever. We've all heard of love at first sight, but do we believe it is possible? As a younger man, I never gave it much thought. Today, I am certain it is real and very possible and even factual. It relates to our love instinct, our ancient memories of our perfect eternal beloveds. Could there be more than one for each of us? I suppose there is. And if we are fortunate enough, by the grace, love, and blessings God offers all of us, we can reconnect with one of them. We will certainly know it. If we do, we will certainly know it. If we are diligently hoping to find that one man, that one woman we wish to give 100% of ourselves to, eventually we will find them. There can exist no greater God-given gift than to find the one beloved you seek to go through eternity with. When this most blessed, fortunate, lucky thing occurs, you will believe and you will know. You will believe you knew each other forever. Another poem. Was it all a dream? Solitary I stood under the light. Then, like a cool breeze on a warm summer night, she slipped beside me and brushed me gently, lovingly. My heart, mind, body, spirit, and soul quaked and quivered with a euphoria, pure, peaceful delight. We held each other. We gazed into one another's eyes. We merged into one, a perfect couple. What just happened? Is this some ancient memory on par with Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet? Was it all a premonition, or was it all in a dream? Regardless of what happened, I will forever be a better man for loving her.